Hello, Mindcrafters. My name is Kenji Solvang,
I'm Lynx.
and we are not Mindcrafters. We wanted to say hello to you and provide you a video to show you what we've done because of you. It's all your fault.
I discovered your videos a while back, and about the same time that I was discovering the Tekkit mod, and I watched them to learn the ropes of the mod because the mod pack because there's just so much in it. And thanks to you guys, we managed to pull ourselves together and whip up a project, and thanks to Kenji's prodigious building skills, we managed to come up with an idea for something to do in survival mode, and it's on the hologram projector in front of us.
She's called the BlackHawk. She's a not too big of a ship. I won't go into too much detail, but as you can see, she's a decent design, I think.
Kenji's a pretty good ship designer. This is only a prototype. There's actually a larger version of the ship hovering above our heads that we'll get to. Kenji, why don't you bring the camera up? The ship design it's probably not as big as it really looks, but it wasn't designed to be a massive ship, though she ended up pretty good size in Minecraft.
In fact, in reality, she's actually not meant to be that big at all. I don't want to go too much into detail of the mythos because it will not really mean much to you guys, and I don't want to bore you. But she's meant to be a ship that you can live on if you need to.
Which ties into the idea that we had for the survival project. The idea was that we brought the ship to a planet, i.e., a newly spawned world, and we're going to use it as a base of operations. The ship doesn't have a whole lot on board in terms of supplies, but it has a full energistics network system in it, as well as 4 reactors for power, though we may not necessarily have fuel for them at first.
But we'll go ahead and show you on Minecraft. So let's go there. And here we are in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And, well, I guess we'll just go ahead and look at the ship. Behind us is nothing more than just a simple lad that we're going to use on surface, but that really doesn't make any difference. Let's go look at the ship. That's the prize right there.
The idea is that there's actually a small ship in the cargo bay of the ship that's going to be using the dimensional doors. Is going to be our ticket back to and from the ground when we're on board the ship.
Yeah, it was an idea that Lynx had, so he told me, and I decided, you know what, let's do it because it's awesome. So I'm gonna fly around the ship and show you guys. So go ahead, Lynx, take it over.
The name of the ship does have some significance. The ship is named for a good friend of ours who actually recently passed away very suddenly, so we named the ship in honor of him. That BlackHawk was his call sign. But at any rate, the ship was prototyped in MC Edit by Kenji. Kenji did the majority of the build work. Once the ship was brought into the world, also using MC Edit, pretty much the entire superstructure had to be redone in Tekkit blocks because of MC Edit's inability to do anything with Tekkit. So we may as well have built the ship manually. And again, this was primarily Kenji's work. I mostly just worked on the internals of the ship.
It was not work; it was fun, for the record.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a pretty good sized ship.
It's a lot smaller than the original ship we were going to use. I'll just go ahead and mention that.
Yeah, the Titan class was just too big.
Yeah, so we went with a smaller one. However, it is still small enough to be able to fit on the map without removing most of everything on the ground, but big enough to serve our purposes. I'm also...
I'll be in main energistic.
Alright. I'm going to show you a few little details, not too much. I did this on a lot of the ship too. I'm just going to show you right here. I'm not just going to go with the regular old blocks. I'm also using that micro block, which I actually watched Captain Jack's video and helped me out on that. Thank you, Captain Jack. That was a wonderful video. I didn't even know about it until I saw your video. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and join Lynx inside the ship.
There are quite a few rooms inside the ship, many of which don't really have a purpose yet, but we're just going to hit the highlights.
And here we are in Main Energistics Lab. Lynx, go ahead and take over and show us what you want to show.
Well, this is the heart of the ship, as you can probably imagine. I was mostly building this while Kenji was working on the exterior. It, has nothing you haven't seen before, of course. I built a recycler post-processor and the mass fabricator. The computer core is essentially empty because we're planning on teaching the system as we go along. About the only thing that we're going to be starting out with is a certain supply of UU matter, and not a whole lot else. Not even the machines back here have been taught how to do basically anything. So this is going to be the main processing area. The only other thing of note in the lab is the monitor panels for the reactors and the power nodes.
These are so that we're in here, and in case something happens with the engines, we're able to run in there and go, oh no, we're going to blow up the ship, and shut them down.
Yeah, blowing off the entire back half of the ship does not sound like fun to me, especially considering how long it took us to build it.
But, if we have to, we can do it. But, yeah. So, I guess we'll move on.
The ship has 4 power nodes and 4 reactors. 2 main reactors and 2 breeders. This is the only side of the ship whose reactors are actually fully built. The other side they're not completely done yet. But I just wired everything up. It's probably kind of haphazard, really, but it works. The reactors themselves are currently empty. There's nothing in them right now. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to actually put anything in them before we start the survival mode, but I'm leaning towards no.
I'm also leaning towards that because, honestly, I want to start this from scratch. It's more fun that way.
It's as if the ship was damaged on entering the atmosphere, and so we had to make planetfall to get resources to repair the ship and otherwise survive.
I will also mention, too, that we could have probably hidden a lot of this stuff, but since this is engineering, I didn't want to do too much of that because, honestly, engineering is supposed to look like engineering. You're going to see pipes.
Yeah.
You'll also notice that I have a lot of low-tech elevators. We haven't gotten anywhere with lifts quite yet.
Yeah, I just don't know how to do those yet. Anyway, let's move on.
And here we are, main cafeteria.
This is one of the few areas of the ship that's really truly decked out for its purpose. A lot of the other rooms are just mostly empty. Kenji has wired in the majority of the ship's systems, including these, they're supposed to look like replicators, the access panels into the ME network. Most of the rooms on the ship are wired into the network.
Anywhere that needs it, at least. Also, I want Lynx's tuna.
Hey, I already got it.
Oh, I can't take it from him. Moving on. Here we are in the cargo bay. I'm starting up to show you that we have 3 decks. I'm in the 3rd one. And take it away, Lynx.
Down here there really isn't a whole lot down here yet, except for the this is going to be the Lance Hawk, our sorely in need of redesign vehicle that's supposed to get us from the ship to the ground and vice versa. But other than that, there's not a whole lot in this room.
Yeah, to that lab you saw earlier. I built it. It sucks. I need to rebuild it. Enough said. This is the cargo bay. I don't know if you remember earlier in the video, I flew underneath. This is where it's at. So, as you can see, I did my best to make a good ship. I don't know if I did a very good job, but, Here it is.
This is the bridge. There really isn't a whole lot here except for this plaque that we put in honor of BlackHawk. The bridge doesn't have a whole lot of real functionality, but it's just something that we wanted to add for completeness. The other areas of the ship we're going to be spending a lot more time in. But with any luck, once we finish all of the necessary preparations, we're going to switch this game to survival mode and just start from the beginning as far as Minecraft is concerned, with these tools at our disposal, but having to teach them from the ground up.
But like Link said, if you want to see the rest of the ship, we're more than willing to show you. We just wanted to keep this short and sweet for you, so we wouldn't bore you too much. However, if you would prefer it, we can show you a much longer video of everything, every detail. But just let us know.
We wanted to thank you guys for the fantastic tutorial videos, and just wanted to show you what we've done with what you've taught us.
And keep them up.
Yeah, keep it up. We're certainly still benefiting from them.
I've also been enjoying your series on Let's Plays. Those are always useful too. I've already learned a couple of things from those, as a matter of fact. So, anyways, we'll have to see you later, and I hope you enjoyed this. Goodbye.
Thanks, guys.